Sup? There's a lot of book things to talk about. I bought all 4 because I wanted to see them before they got taken down. This is the size of 1 book. How is there 4 in here? I don't know. Let me actually check to see if there's another outside that I missed. Because are each one of these like 15 pages long? I don't understand. There are 4 in that, apparently. That's the size of my book, by the way. Okay, that's it. Does it say the number of pages? Oh, okay, look, hold on. It says print length 100 pages. They spelled my name wrong. There's a real chance that Doug's book could enter an AI training database. That's so true, dude. Oh, that's so funny. Let's first talk about the fingers. There is a bit of a scandal that people have been talking about. Yes, there's a fingers edition. Somehow the first version of my book had the word fingers in it. It's presumably from when, this is how you know I didn't do it with AI, by the way. Presumably when I was creatively interpreting the first chapter of Game of Thrones, and apparently I didn't change one of the words from fingers to Doug. The instant I heard about it, I changed it, but I don't know how long it takes Amazon to update this stuff. Like sometimes it takes a while. So if you have an extremely limited edition fingers edition, there might be like 1,000 of you, there might be 5,000 of you, I don't know. The most recent update is that I've sold 9,472 books, about close to 10,000 books. That's an insanely large number of books, by the way. I don't know what percentage of that has the fingers edition. What page? I'm not telling you. You have to manually look through it, all right? Will the audio version include the finger? No, the fingers edition is like a rare Easter egg that only you guys get to have. So look, couple things I think are worth doing today. First off, I think it's worth looking at the reviews of my #1 best-selling book. By the way, anytime I mention #1 best-selling or book, I do expect a lot of people to start saying, Poggies, wow, he's a best-selling author, okay? There are, again, I found 4 of them. 4 AI ripoffs of my book. There was actually a 5th that I talked about on stream last, Thursday or Friday? That one's already gone. Now, what I think is quite funny about this book, which is a #1 bestseller, by the way, thank you very much, like actually #1 bestseller, it is worth reminding people, not only am I #1 in Italian cooking, I believe, I don't know if am I still #1 in like humorics? I'm still #1 in limericks and humorous verse, which is, I would say, a legitimate category. So I think this isn't even a scam, just actually a #1 bestseller, next to Dad's Little Pecker. For a period, it was the #10 selling book on Amazon. Period. Now, what I've learned as a very new award-winning published author is that there are AI reviews of what people are saying on Amazon. So customers say, this book is life-changing and emotionally charged, with one review noting how it saved their life. The writing is well-crafted, and customers appreciate the huge plot twist at the end. They describe it as insightful, with one review highlighting its profound recalibration of understanding reality and consider it a transcendent experience. There's a number of lovely images that people have put up in their reviews of Doug, a DougDoug story. This one appears to be completely photoshopped, by the way. In a literary landscape cluttered with overworked adjectives and unnecessary verbs, Doug, a DougDoug story emerges as a bold, minimalist masterpiece. We did forget to put a spine, so it's just blank white. It is funny. You just don't know what it is. So here is a dramatic reading. This is on the Amazon page of chapter 12.
Chapter 12. Heartbreak. DougDoug. 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 Doug. DougDougDoug. Doug. DougDoug. DougDoug. Doug. DougDoug. DougDougDoug. Doug. DougDoug.
Really makes you think. There have now been something like 5 different YouTube videos or streams have been recommended to me where people are reading the full book. This is a 6-hour video.
DougDougDoug. DougDougDoug. Doug. DougDougDoug. 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 Doug.
This is a 4.5 hour chapter 1 audiobook. 16 minutes. Oh, here's an entire 2-hour reading.
All right. DougDoug. DougDoug. Doug. DougDoug. DougDoug. DougDoug.
Doug. Doug. DougDoug. DougDoug. DougDougDoug.
DougDoug.
This has 23,000 views. There are at least 2 or 3 other people. Somebody put timestamps. Why? There's like 150 timestamps. Oh wait, Sickby said, my mom saw the book and she doesn't speak English, so she asked me to translate the back cover. I stopped at the point where it talked about plunging into your ass and just said it doesn't translate well. Sickby, don't be a coward, all right? Give him the full experience. Your mother needs to know about the latest trends in literary work, okay? I can't wait for some like 7th grade English teacher to assign this as a reading for their class. They have to do that thing in middle school where like the author of the book originally clearly did not mean that much, but you have to write a whole essay about how the meaning behind whatever chapter where he went to the dump or whatever. Ugh. It appears that we did get one person, at least one, who just bought the book, who just saw that it was a bestseller. This appears to be a legitimate review. Becky Lynn Davis, very disappointed. I bought this for my grandson's 16th birthday. Since it was a bestseller, I thought it would be good. Instead, it's nothing but the author's name and some very disturbing chapter titles. Also arrived with a bent corner. Do not buy this book. People looked into it. This is apparently a real person. This is not a troll account. This is somebody who's been like making real purchases for the past 2 years. 3 people found this helpful. So this is real. I think she just saw it was a bestseller. Was this taken down? I don't know. Somebody on Reddit purchased it alongside House of Leaves. And so I saw like a dozen screenshots of Amazon recommending people to buy DougDoug Story and House of Leaves together. Get Becky on the pod. Now, apparently, I talked about this last week. I did not know this, but if you are a best-selling author, which at this point I just legitimately am, if that happens, apparently there's many companies, people, I don't know, who look at the best-selling lists and they make AI ripoffs of the book. And so within 2 days of the book being announced, there was an AI ripoff, and I talked about it on stream. In fact, let me pull it up. This was day 3, I want to say. Okay, this was the first one, okay? I do want everybody to give a sincere F in the chat because Douglas Scott Memoir, which to be clear is not my name. My name is Douglas Reedon. The book, Douglas Scott Memoir, Doug, not just streaming M-, a life built on innovation, connection, and the audacity to play different by Marcus Ellery. The same author, incredible author, by the way, who writes apparently like 10 books a day. Unfortunately, Marcus Ellery appears to have taken the book down. And I was never able to learn what Douglas Scott, a memoir, actually was. And that's why, when I realized this weekend that there are now 4 different AI books, all with the wrong name, this isn't even me, inside the wild ride of DougDougDoug Story from Twitch Shenanigans to Gaming Legends, I realized that I had to buy them because they might disappear and I want to have a copy of these DougDoug ripoffs. I think you can, if you just search like DougDoug. Okay, here's DougDoug Unscripted. I bought this one. This is just not me in any way. This just isn't me. Democracy Anarchy. It's a biography. How many pages is it? It's by Davey, my brother, apparently. And there's no back. Just says copyrighted. I don't think you can do that. Oh, God. That's not even all of them. There's also Douglas Scott Reedon. This one got my name correct, but this just uses like a photo that I have on like my Gmail or something. I don't know where this came from. Beyond the DougDoug Story. Again, the back says copyrighted material and nothing else. This is 96 pages. I've done more than 96 pages of stuff in my life. Thank you very much. There's also the untold biography of Douglas Scott Reedon. Wait, hold on. The name is The Untold Biography of Douglas Scott Reedon, DougDoug, How a Meme Scientist Redefined Humor and Community Online. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am excited to announce that I bought all 4 of these books, and they're here. I don't think other people, to be clear, should purchase these books, because this is somebody trying to capitalize off the success of my book that I worked really hard on. They're tiny! It's like a menu at a restaurant. Why? Okay, they're all the same. I think this is like one company who's doing this. Look at the backs. It's all the same. Do you think the text is the same on all of them? They're exactly the same length. Wait, no, this one has a back. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. This is just a ChatGPT summary. This is the Amazon description, just on the back of the book in a white box. There is no way this will make them money, right? This is by Victor Hayes with the emojis. Wait, oh yeah, there are emojis. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, God, you can tell that somebody said, write me a book into ChatGPT and then just printed it. I guess let's read a little bit of it. So, hold on, that's the title? And to be clear, my name does not have ass in it. Douglas Scott Reedon Biography 2025 Inside the Wild Ride of DougDoug Story from... Wait, so it's inside the wild ride of my book. You can't do that. copyright. Okay, they've got a copyright page. That looks good. There's a disclaimer. This book is an independent work of nonfiction. Any perspectives, evaluations, or interpretations are solely of those of the author, Douglas Scott Reedon, and do not reflect the views of Victor. What the fuck, man? You can't say that. First off, again, not my name. They don't reflect the views of Victor Hayes, who is the author. What are you talking about? You can't say that. You can't say these are my views. You wrote the book. It also just says DougDoug 1 and 2 at the bottom. Like, there isn't correct, like, footers. Table. Look at how shitty it looks. Sacramento Spawn? What the fuck? Just call it Birth. Screaming into the world. Family Foundation surgeon father. My father is not a surgeon. Childhood Sparks. Forging the Hacker's Hammer. 2014, hold on. I worked at EA, the company, okay, out of college for a year. And what it's describing as that of me working a shitty job at EA is EA debut. I didn't debut into the world. I just worked there. What are they talking about? Hearthstone casting rise. I never casted Hearthstone. Community cultivation, AI mods. The mods are human beings. Blindfolded challenges and food moments. This is not an accurate description of my stream at all. What are you talking about? When have I done food moments on stream? That's not like a key part of my content. Family ties, brother Davey and sister Julia's. Just say Julia. Don't say Sister Julia. It sounds like she's a nun. Philanthropy and Oceanic Overdrive. Monterey Bay fundraisers, 14K to 620K charitable growth. That's kind of accurate. Oh, awards! Okay, awards, recognition, legendary status. Streamer Awards 2023, that's true. Doug, a DougDoug story. 2025 literary leap. Conception, the birth of a unique experiment. Critical acclaim and reader verified. From T. Morris's forward. Okay, they got T in there. Acknowledgement. No saga. Oh, he got my name correct in the acknowledgement. So that's nice. Dude. Dude, Dawn and Diane Reedon. That is not my mom's name. Your unwavering support and quiet determination gave him the wings to explore, experiment, and redefine. To Davey Reedon, whose narrative genius in the Stanley Parable cast both shadow and inspiration? What? What are you fucking talking about? And to Julia, whose quiet strength anchored a family of dreamers. And to Parkster, the feline co-star of Doug's Los Angeles lair. Thank you for reminding us that even brilliance benefits from a mute. Think he's a cat? To the Monterey Bay Aquarium team who embraced Rosa the Sea Otter's mission? No, they had the mission. It's not the Otter's mission. It's their mission. What are you talking about? What the fuck is this? Hold on. To the mentors at UC Berkeley, particularly Brian Harvey. Brian Harvey is the intro to computer science lecturer at UC Berkeley who I never spoke with. Not one time. His class sucked. Oh, hold on. This is to me. I'm excited to hear this. Finally, to DougDoug himself. Coder, prankster, philanthropist, and innovator, thank you for daring to be unscripted, for turning a single word into a cultural statement, for showing the world creativity, humor, and heart can reshape the digital landscape. This acknowledgement, like the streams, donations, and adventures it chronicles, is a tribute to you, your fans, and the communities you inspire today and for all the tomorrows to come. You know what? I didn't realize how fucking awesome I am until right now. You're right, Victor Hayes. I've literally cultivated an empire. What is even in the book? Okay, it's just summarizing. It goes from Berkeley Blitz, which is where I went to college, and then inside the next chapter, it goes back to my high school hustle in STEM. What the fuck are we talking about? Oh, and then back to UC Berkeley 2 pages later down here. Why did it get my name right in the book, but not the title? How do you even do that? My name is correct in the book. Why is only the title have ass in it? I don't get it. Why did you pay for this? Because this is actually way funnier than how funny I thought it would be. And this alone was worth the $15. Diane would be so proud of you. I love that it gets some things right and then it just fills in the details with other. I don't know how much other stuff there is. Let me scan through these other books and see if there's anything interesting.
The fact that your book could essentially poison an AI model with an intense block of repeating Dougs is some sort of sweet poetic irony. How does it feel, AI boy, to be poisoned to AI?
Incredibly funny. I just want to be clear. The next generation of AIs are almost certainly going to have trained on my book. That's so funny. Formatting the book to make it look good took almost as long as writing the book. It's not a joke. It's about 10 hours to write the book and 10 hours to format it. Because it took me forever to learn how to format the thing in Word, because you have to do all of this stuff. You know how like every chapter starts on a new page? That's the thing you have to automate. You know, the footers and the titles all being automated and looking good and spacing correct? You have to do all that. It's like a ton of work to format it. It took so much time. And then you see what it looks like without that stuff. And then you're like, I get it. Worth the time. Worth it. Wait, they just bold random words. This is so ChatGPT. Holy shit. At the heart of his impact was audience participation. Why do they yell it? I'm waiting to get my copy, Doug, at our TwitchCon books. There you go, T. As a reminder, everybody, both myself and T. Morris, another award-winning published author, will be doing a book signing at TwitchCon. It's not 100% confirmed, but like almost certainly confirmed we're going to be doing a book signing at TwitchCon if you are there. The fact that the AI ripoffs also don't have a spine art is so funny. It is so funny to me.
DougDoug, I would love to buy your book. However, paperback doesn't provide the book with the class it deserves. When will you be releasing a signed hardback collector's edition?
We don't need a hardback version of the book. It's so weird to see a book just like hyping me the fuck up. It's just so weird reading a book, a real book that talks about me like this, because I know me and it's not that big of a deal. Reception and impact of the book. Hold on. There's an entire chapter about the reception of the book. As a reminder, this was written 4 days after the book was announced. What are we talking about? How is this a whole chapter? As soon as the book was announced, people wanted to know one thing. Would the voice they adored online still shine through the page? The answer, almost universally, was yes. Readers described the experience of opening DougDoug's book as something akin to entering one of his streams, playful, surprising, and thought-provoking. And it also carried something extra, something richer than the fleeting entertainment of a chat-fueled game challenge. What the fuck are we talking about, dude? In the book, he revealed pieces of himself that couldn't quite fit into the quick bursts of a YouTube upload. It was a longer conversation with his fans, one they could hold in their hands and return to at their own pace.
DougDougDoug. DougDougDoug.
I don't think they read the book, to be honest. Wow, I didn't know how amazing I am, dude. The book's role in the creator community quickly became more profound than many had expected. For other digital creators, whether on Twitch, YouTube, or elsewhere, it was a symbol of possibility. Wow, I'm amazing. None of this happened. None of this is real. There's whole stories. I want to see like the last paragraph. Wow. This is the true conclusion of his journey so far. Not an ending, but an invitation. An invitation to laugh, to create, to take risks, and to see the world, whether through code, games, or words, as a playground where everyone has a part to play. I do want to see, which was the book that talked about Parkser being a cat? Okay, it's in chapter 5.3, it looks like. Lifestyle balance, Los Angeles move, unscheduled streams, and Parkser. Why are those together? That doesn't make any sense. We do need to update the DougDoug wiki, because this is now canon. A key companion in this period is Parkser, Douglas's cat, who has become an integral part of both his private life and streaming presence. Beyond mere pet ownership, Parkser provides emotional grounding, a source of comfort, and occasional comedic relief for viewers. The cat has appeared in multiple streams and social media posts, earning a following that complements Doug's own fan base. In many ways, Parkser represents the intersection of private life and public persona, anchoring Douglas emotionally while simultaneously contributing to his creative identity online. Why does it think he's a cat? Why does ChatGPT think that Parkser is a cat? What is going on here? I'm gonna go on ChatGPT and ask it. I'm trying to write, let's actually be like, I'm trying to write a book about famous, best-selling, award-winning author DougDoug and his Twitch and YouTube career. Can you explain who is Parkser? Parkser is a South Korean-American business consultant and broadcast personality. He works behind the scenes at Tempo Storm. This is all accurate. Why does Victor Hayes think Parkser's a cat? Final answer. Is Parkser a cat? I don't understand. This is the life of an award-winning published author. Sure, I might have to deal with a little bit of plagiarism, but I'm sure this will draw even more attention to me, Doug Ass.
You should get a cat and call it Parkser Adams and say it's an Adams Family reference that he just doesn't get and is unrelated.
If I got a cat named Parkser now, just make the AI author truthful retroactively, there is a bit here that I could do. I could take like a month and I change everything in my life so that these books are accurate. How do I change stuff about my like childhood? Hey, on an actual important note, as of today, the book has sold 9,472 copies, and we're still getting in the final total, but thanks to the book, we're gonna hit 600,000 as the total raised this year for Monterey Big. So thank you for supporting the book in a lovely cause. I appreciate it all very much. Thanks to you, we now have companies writing weird AI ripoffs, which is so funny. Actual question. In the book cover that we made, we forgot to put a spine. It's just blank. Should we add a spine? I'm tempted to not. Okay, I'm tempted to say no on the spine. I think at this point, it's just too funny. Like, the fingers thing was just an error. That's not something I wanted, but like, it's so funny that there's no spine now. And like, it's not like more people are gonna buy it at this point. There's 10,000 copies. It's not gonna keep selling copies. I don't know why it would. I don't want to keep reading from these books. However, I did open to a page of I was gonna say it's like Kit Boga, but it doesn't even look like Kit Boga. It's just glasses. Who is this? I think they just said AI generate a picture of a white guy at a computer. I do think it's worth talking about chapter 5. This isn't even the beginning of the book. This is the start of my YouTube career, and I would just like you all to be aware of it. Every creator has a breakthrough moment, the point where their work stops blending into the background and begins carving out a space that feels entirely their own. One of the defining experiences that cemented DougDoug's style was the infamous spaghetti-controlled video game. By connecting uncooked pasta to a system that could control a game, Doug took something utterly nonsensical and transformed it into entertainment. The chapter is called Birth of DougDoug, Why Spaghetti Controls Work. What the fuck are we talking about? None of this is real. They weren't just watching someone play a game. They were watching the rules of reality bend and collapse in real time. Viewers became participants in the chaos, cheering on the spaghetti. I was there, don't you remember? Does anybody remember the spaghetti stream? I remember. That was the moment that I started watching you. Man, I wish it was trained on the DougDoug wiki so bad. It would have been the most fucked up book ever. Just to be clear how insane this would have gotten if they had gone off of the fan Wikipedia page. This article has been classified as a mental hazard. Shit King, kidnapping record of 3 million children, murdered at least 25, was an award-winning best-selling author, pro pants shitter, commie vampire, clanker, world-renowned dog food taster, mug salesman, bagel hater, Stalin's most beloved romantic partner, Bell Pepper, C-tier Twitch streamer, YouTuber, gopher apologist, Uruguayan descent. Can you imagine how fucked up this AI book would have been if it had gotten to this? She was known as the Doctor, which means he was once a woman. As a woman, Doug was still bald. Doug was primarily known for being the best-selling author of Doug and DougDoug Story, and is the feature of several biographies. Okay, all of these are in here. I'm like fucking dying, man. This is so funny. Wait, we gotta upload these to the internet somewhere. If we upload these onto one of those websites that get crawled by the AI companies, we can get all this information fed in, and then it'll like have all this wrong information about me. Man, there's so much potential here. Can we all buy it with a bottle of lube? So everybody buys like the book, a bottle of lube, and a dildo, and then anybody who goes to buy the book is recommended that.